Hi viewers, wonderful to see you again and welcome to the EU morning briefing. So just to quickly summarise the events we've seen this European morning session. Firstly, one to talk about has been the Bank of England minutes there, which were very dovish. We saw a 6-3 vote. The general consensus was for 8-1 on quantitative easing, where the usual dissenter in that case would be David Miles. However, not the case this time. Kingfisher and Miles, all three of them voting for further quantitative easing. And an interesting comment to go over that was the bank also considered cutting rates and also further or other asset purchases. Now, all of this being dovish and did weigh on sterling heavily across the board in the Forex market. Cable losing around 100 pips there, so some decent moves. On the flip side though, the UK gilt gaining around 130 ticks, however gradually pulled back as investors and participants just digesting the comments. So just to note though, the Bank of England do see inflation above the 2% target for some time, and also the fact that they considered other asset purchases, so of course that being inflationary, so inflation not good for gilts, so that gilts have pulled back, but also alongside that, coinciding with the minutes, we saw decent jobs data out of the UK there, a drop in the amount of jobless claiming, which is good. In terms of the pulling back in gilts though, on the flip side, the break-evens in the UK were just edging higher there at around the highest levels of the day, and also 4 basis points off the highest level seen since March 2011. So some decent moves there in the various asset classes in the UK, just following the minutes of the BOE. Now then guys, just looking elsewhere in terms of the Bund was weighed upon heavily this morning, just heading into the German supply today. We did have the 2023 Bund auction, which was just about covered there. It wasn't a great auction. It was a bids cover of 1.2 in comparison to the prior of 1.7. Looking elsewhere then, in terms of precious metals, we saw spot gold breaching that psychological 1600 level. Stops were tripped to the downside through Friday's low of 1598 there. So looking ahead to the key events today, we do have the housing data out of the US in the form of the housing starts and building permits. We also have PPIs, and of course what will take precedence will be the FOMC minutes tonight. So that's it from me. Thank you very much. Have a great trading day.